Welcome! In this video we're going to be discussing the MX9, some of its benefits, how to use it, and 4 classes that you can use with it, along with my personal favorite and how I use it. First one is going to be a bit more of a generic meta build. We have here the MX9 with ELO, which I think is the best sight of all the options here. I don't think I would use anything else other than reflex. High caliber is almost a must, I feel like. I'm personally playing on PC. Maybe you might not need it on Xbox if you don't aim for the head as much, but on PC, often headshots are extremely important. The mouse provides us with a little bit more accuracy, so that's why high caliber is so important. Rapid fire increases the rate of fire, of course, which I think is extremely good since we always want to lower that time to kill. I added primary gunfighter so I get a third attachment outside of the sight, and for this I was actually debating quite a while. I think FMJ could have been good, but since we're very aggressive and up in their face, we don't have to worry about wall banging as much. Hybrid mags was also another choice, however I felt maybe just positioning well so that you can get off the good reloads, and that way we could have a better attachment might be the better choice. Stalker I also thought was good, however again when I am using SMGs, since I'm close up and personal with enemies, I find I don't aim down sights as much in the sense of where I could actually benefit from stock. Usually I'm jump shotting around every corner, so stock doesn't really kick in until I land and start walking on my feet. This is still a fantastic option. Laser sight is okay, however in general I just felt long barrel suited my playstyle a little bit better, and I felt that didn't limit me to being only close quarters, and it allowed me to have a little bit of an extended range at where I was more effective. Stim shot again is probably the most common you're going to see here as a meta pick. Flak Jacket I felt was a little bit better since a lot of the effects of Tech Mask, such as concussion, 9-bang, in the situations where you are affected by those, it might kind of be over, but at least with the SMG you're going to be close enough that you can just sort of spray in those situations and kind of hope for the best. So Flak Jacket just sort of made more sense to me. Gung Ho, fire your weapon and use equipment while sprinting. Very good for all SMG users. Being able to fire your weapon while sprinting is extremely beneficial. Recover from sprint faster, move at full speed when reloading. This just again allows us to be those really aggressive SMG kind of players, getting around the map, not letting things slow us down. Dexterity is also a fantastic option, however I felt I don't really get the full benefit of it, so maybe Gung Ho was the better option here. Lightweight's okay, however I find lightweight only giving you 4% increased movement speed just doesn't seem to be as effective as the utility you get from Gung Ho. But silence again just seems like the best for a flanker type of playstyle. For this class we have a more silent approach where we're going to be trying to stay off the radar from people and just sort of sneak up and get those cheeky headshots and just sort of play in a way that might annoy and tilt the enemy, but you're going to play as a stealth player. So we don't really need the optics in this. I felt it was a little bit more beneficial to put some of the points towards other things. The main part about this class, first of all, is the suppressor. Being able to make less noise and being able to stay off of the minimap when firing is really, really good when you're flanking an enemy team. It's going to reduce our range, so our effectiveness is going to have to be very close, but we're going to be playing intelligently with our loadouts here, where we have Cold-Blooded, Ghost, and Dead Silence. This is going to allow us to get very close to the enemies without being detected. We're going to always want to take those flank routes and just sort of play very intelligently that way. We're using 2 wildcards here so that we can get an extra point into our Patriot. Sorry, our MX9. We have the rapid fire here with high caliber and suppressor. So this is going to give us a lower time to kill with high caliber and rapid fire, since we're going to be sneaking up behind them. Even though we don't have a sight, we should be able to take a little bit more time to line up those headshots and then just burst them down for those quick kills. High caliber might not always work, but it's okay because we have the rapid fire that can sort of compensate if we aren't landing those headshots to still get quicker times to kill. Since the suppressor is going to limit us to being a more closer range, I found the optic again wasn't really as necessary. For the next class, this is going to be something that I found kind of an interesting combo that might end up coming back quite a bit in some of the other builds. But this is something that I felt might be underutilized in this game. However, this is something that might be a little more beneficial on PC, where we have a little bit more accuracy and we can sort of react in certain ways. And what I'm discussing here is the Stalker and Stalker. Now if you don't know, you can read the description of both. Stalker, increased movement speed while aiming. Stalker, move fast while crouch or prone. So when you aim in and you crouch, you can continue your momentum and actually crouch walk at a very fast speed while aiming down and still shooting at people. This is something that I felt was really interesting the first time that I ran into this combo, and I just felt like it's something that should be brought back and should be used a little bit more. And I think there's probably a good niche group out there who could really benefit from a loadout like this and could just dominate. So the way that you're basically going to be using this is sort of aiming at enemies and then crouching. You can stand up, you can jump, you can sort of move in all directions while still keeping your movement speed at a very fast pace, which makes you a very difficult target to hit, especially for headshots. Again, we have rapid fire and high caliber to just bring down the time to kill. Since we are going to be using this in more of a sort of cheeky way, I felt at longer ranges you're not really going to get much of a benefit from Stalker and Stock combination. So I didn't think long barrel was necessary. However, I don't think suppressor is going to help us either, because I want to have the rest of these attachments and everything else we got here. Ghost is going to allow us to just sort of play a little bit more sneaky, even though we're not going full on sneaky. Dead silence is also a good option. However, I felt Ghost was the better option for this specific loadout. Again, stem shot, which is going to be reoccurring, except on this, which is going to be a bit more of a fun class. This we're going to spec a little bit more into our primary weapon by putting both primary gunfighter 1 and 2 on it, so that we can have almost a fully kitted MX9, but we're going to leave those 2 extra points for scavenger and gung-ho. This is going to be a more run and gun, just purely focused on the MX9 kind of gameplay. We got the ELO attachment again for more accuracy, the hybrid mags, so that since we're focusing so much into this gun, we want to make sure that we're always able to shoot it. Rapid fire and high caliber, again lowering that time to kill, and long barrel, just so that since we're using this and focusing primarily on this, this is has a little bit more utility. Scavenger to keep our ammo topped off, and gung-ho to just make sure that we can keep running around, and if we get into sticky situations we can just keep running, quickly reload with our hybrid mags and turn on people. Alright, let's hop into some gameplay.
Battery killed. Sensor dart ready. Resup's good to go.
Sensor going live.
Hostile down. Neutralize battery.
Cluster's ready.
Got him.
Entanglement set.
Assault pack right here. Seraph gone. Seraph kill. Neutralized battery.
TACOM, requesting UAV eyes on. Deploying razor wire. UAV established overhead.
Tech 5 charged.
CUAV available. Your CUAV has been destroyed. Hostiles have destroyed your UAV.
I'm calling it.
Kill. RCXD out.
Tango. Assault pack right here. Bagged him.
Authorizing CUAV tasking.
Enemy down.
Entanglement set.
Tango down. Tango down. down.
UAV available for tasking.
In the turn, sensors are capture your objective.
Seraph, KIA.
In position, ECM deployed.
TACOM, need UAV eyes above.
Timeline 50% extended.
Hostiles have destroyed your UAV. Hostiles have destroyed your CUAV. Sniper's nest awaiting orders.
Sniper helicopter above, frag orders received.
Target is down.
We're taking ground fire.
Taking fire. Reposition for ballistic advantage.
Sniper's nest destroyed by enemy
Hostile
forces.
down. Enemy removed. Got him.
UAV standing by.
UAV above, commencing surveillance operations.
Hostile medic down.
Electronic countermeasures active. UAV 50% time check. CUAV at 50% power. Building barricade. Appears hostile.
Hostiles have destroyed your UAV. CUAV
Access it
has
going
left
live.
mission area. Your sniper's nest has been destroyed.
Expired. Attack 5 ready. Triage system engaged. Bagged him.
Task UAV on my beacon.
Seraph gone.
Entanglement set.